Welcome back to the channel. So this is kind of like a range report and just kind of, an overall look at the gun. For those of you that are interested in the Staccato HD P4, this is the California model. I went and shot this, picked it up yesterday and then went and shot it. I love that front sight. Anyway, I went and shot it yesterday. And so there's a few things that we're going to talk about real quick. The magazines, if you live in California and you buy one of these, the magazines they ship with this gun are the cheap P-mags. They are, in my opinion, garbage mags. They just don't look good. They don't feel good. And I had a couple malfunctions with this gun. The malfunctions were not going into battery, and I think it is the magazine, honestly. So once I go back and shoot it again, I'm not going to use these magazines. I'm going to either throw them away or just leave them in the Staccato bag. But I'm going to use Glock mags and go out there and see, how it runs. I shot 200 rounds and it only happened maybe 3 or 4 times out of that 200 rounds, but I think it's the magazine. So I'll go put another couple hundred rounds through it, run the Glock mags and see how it performs. Now, I don't have an optic yet. I'm shooting it with the sights, and I'll be honest with you, I really like these sights. They work really well for me. So even if I never put an optic on this gun, I would be happy shooting it just the way that it is. But I am for sure going to get an optic for it, though. I just really haven't decided on which one. I have a few in mind. I haven't really decided on which one yet, but it's really the least of my worries at the moment. So this gun is, like I said, out of those 200 rounds, only had a few malfunctions. I think it was like 3. I didn't really count, 2 or 3. And it was the magazine, but other than that, it shot flawless. Now, I will say, the gun feels real good in the hand. Let me show you. I'm gonna get the tripod out so I can actually put my hands, both hands on the gun. I'm gonna show you a couple things about this gun that make it a little uncomfortable to shoot. So let's do this. Okay, so what makes it a little uncomfortable to shoot? Let's rack the gun. Now, when you got your hand, you're all the way up on the gun like I am right now, and you're disengaging the safety, you could feel the meat of your hand right here getting pinched a little bit right in here. Okay, I can feel it anyway. So I like to go high up on the gun, and that's what I feel. It's not a real big deal. It's not a deal breaker, but maybe there could have been something they could have done with this area. I don't know, honestly. I don't design guns. I just know how to shoot them, and I know how they feel. So that's a little bit of and it's not, like I said, it's not real bad. It's just something I notice. They also say you get a little bit of wear here, and I did. You could see a little bit of callus forming after 200 rounds. So there is, I guess, a little bit of a hot spot in this area when you're shooting a gun, which I didn't really notice while shooting. I just noticed afterwards. So other than that, those are the only 2 critiques I really have of the gun. 3. The magazines. Like I said, these P-mags are garbage. And because I live in California, I guess they can't ship you the metal Mechgar mags, I believe. They have to send you these cheap 10-round P-mags. Now, I have plenty of Glock magazines, standard capacity, and the 10-rounders, so I can, because I have a Glock 17, so I can use those, and that's what I'm going to use. So these are pretty much garbage. They're not going to be used again in carrying this firearm when I carry it, or even at the range. I'm not going to use them, so that's just not going to happen. But the trigger is really, really good. See, it just happened again right there. I had some of some of the meat of my hand in there, and I flipped it down right there, and I could feel that pinch. So anyway, that's just something that you guys are going to experience I don't know if there's really any way around it, but there's your take up, which is very little at all. And then there's the brake. So I don't really feel, here's your reset, very short, tactile, there's the brake. So I don't really feel, I know this is a Series 80 style trigger, not like a, 70s, or not like your traditional 70 series or 1911 where there's no firing blocks or any of that stuff. So this is drop safe. So you're gonna a lot of people will report that over regular 1911s or 2011s that this trigger doesn't feel as good, but honestly I own 1911s that are 70 series and this feels really good. I don't really notice it so much, maybe a little bit, just a hair. I notice a little bit of like something else going on in there, but it's nothing. So this is a duty gun. I watched Sage Dynamics and 10.8 Performance reviews on this gun, and they said it best. This is a duty gun. That's what it is. This is not a 2011, competition gun. This is not a range toy. Well, it can be a range toy, and it wasn't really made for any of that. I don't believe this gun is to compete with other 2011s. This is a whole new gun. This is a hybrid 2011 duty gun that Staccato made, the first of its kind. So I can really appreciate that. I can appreciate it that it takes Glock mags. I watched a lot of other videos where they're trying to compare it to 2011s, other Staccatos, other 2011s, and you can't compare this to a 2011. Although it looks like one, it kind of resembles one, it's not. So this is pretty much the first of its kind, not to take Glock mags. I know there's a few other ones that do that, but just the way it's designed, the way it's made by Staccato, it's just, first of its kind. Anyway, I know it's a duty gun. I know what it was built for, and I can appreciate that. I really can. It does feel a little top heavy. When you shoot it, you don't feel it, but it does feel a little top heavy because you got all your weight right here and you have a polymer grip. So you do notice that, but only dry firing and all that, not so much when you're at the range shooting it. It actually feels really balanced when you're shooting it and you're at the range. It feels real good. It's just when you're kind of handling it like this, you do kind of feel, and I don't have any ammunition in here at all, of course, so you do kind of feel that that the top feels a little heavier. I don't know. That's just the way it is. And I don't have any experience with other 2011 style guns or anything, so I don't know how the other ones feel, so I can't judge that. But this one, it feels fine to me. I don't have a problem with it, but I do notice that it feels a little top heavy. So, and I've even had other people that have handled it that told me that too. But anyway, the gun is finished like perfectly. Fit and finish is amazing. Somebody had mentioned online that if you look on the top of the slide here, this side and this side, there's like some swirl marks in there. Someone said that it was a defect. It's not a defect. All the guns are that way. That's how they make them. I think it's part of the design. It looks good to me. I actually like it. So I don't know if you see any of that there. It's just like some texturing or something on this part of the slide on both sides. So there's nothing, there's no defect on this gun at all. I think their level of quality and everything is top notch. I really do. This is my first Staccato, and I think that it's well made. So anyway, just wanted to do kind of like a tabletop and show you a couple things, and then we're going to do some more videos, of course, on this, and I will do some more shooting videos as well. So stay tuned. We'll see you. Thank you. Bye-bye.